Emotions are the fuel of your journey, the invisible currents that move us forward, give depth to our experiences, and define the richness of our lives. They are the sparks that ignite our passion, the fires that sustain our drive, and the winds that propel us through the seas of existence. But just like fire, wind, or any powerful force, emotions can either be a tool for creation or a cause for destruction, depending on how they are handled. Consider this: emotions are neither inherently good nor bad. They are signals, messengers carrying the essence of our humanity, offering insight into our desires, fears, and motivations. They are the colors that paint the canvas of our interactions and the energy that fuels our choices. However, left unchecked or misunderstood, these same emotions can become unruly forces, taking us off course and leading us down paths we never intended to walk. Imagine a train on a journey, its engine powered by fire and steam. That fire is your emotion that drives the machine forward, giving it momentum and strength. But if the fire burns too fiercely, it can cause chaos. If left unattended, it can fizzle out, leaving the train stagnant. For the train to stay on track and fulfill its purpose, that fire must be tended with care, its power harnessed in balance. Life works the same way. Your emotions, when harnessed, have the power to propel you toward your dreams, help you build meaningful relationships, and even overcome the most daunting obstacles. They give you the strength to stand up after a fall, the courage to speak your truth, and the compassion to connect with others in their struggles. But when emotions are allowed to run wild, when anger turns into rage, sadness into despair, or excitement into recklessness, they can derail even the most carefully planned journey. Harnessing your emotions doesn't mean suppressing them or pretending they don't exist. It means acknowledging them, understanding their source, and choosing how to respond to them. It means realizing that while your emotions are a vital part of your being, they should never dictate your actions without the guidance of reason and purpose. It's about knowing when to let your emotions fuel your decisions and when to step back and redirect that energy into something constructive. To harness your emotions, you must cultivate self-awareness, that rare ability to step outside yourself and observe your feelings without judgment. You must learn to name your emotions, confront them, and understand the story they're telling you. Is your anger signaling an injustice that needs to be addressed? Is your fear warning you of a real danger? Or is it simply a shadow of past wounds? Is your excitement genuine? Or is it masking something deeper? By understanding your emotions, you take the first step in mastering them, ensuring they propel you forward rather than pulling you off track. Absence of chaos is the presence of clarity in the storm. It's not about eliminating the turbulence of life, but about finding a stillness within yourself that remains steady regardless of the external noise. Chaos is inevitable. It's a constant companion in the human experience. Challenges arise, conflicts emerge, and uncertainties loom. But peace is what allows you to face all of it without losing your center. True peace doesn't mean life is free from adversity. On the contrary, it is forged in the very heart of adversity. It's the calm you cultivate when the winds are howling, the rain is pouring, and the ground beneath you feels unsteady. It's the ability to see clearly, to think rationally, and to act with intention even when the world around you is in disarray. Peace isn't passive, it's an active choice to anchor yourself amidst the turbulence. This kind of peace requires clarity and inner vision that cuts through the fog of emotional turmoil, the noise of distractions, and the weight of fear. It's the clarity that helps you prioritize what truly matters, sift through the chaos, and focus on what you can control. Clarity doesn't mean having all the answers. It means seeing things as they are, not as you wish or fear them to be. It's about accepting the reality of the storm without allowing it to dictate your actions or define your worth. Think of a ship navigating through rough seas. The waves may be crashing and the winds may be fierce, but the captain who keeps their focus on the compass and the stars maintains direction. They don't panic because they trust the tools that guide them. Similarly, peace is the compass within you that keeps you steady. It allows you to chart your course even when life feels unpredictable and overwhelming. Finding peace in chaos requires a deep understanding of yourself and your values. It's about creating a space within your mind where clarity can thrive, a space free from the clutter of unnecessary worries, toxic thoughts, and external distractions. This kind of clarity comes from intentional practices, quiet moments of reflection, prayer, and meditation, and the discipline to detach from things that cloud your perspective. It's about listening to your inner voice and allowing it to guide you instead of being swayed by the storm's noise. Peace also requires resilience, the strength to remain grounded even when the ground beneath you shakes. It's not about denying the chaos, but about learning to live with it without allowing it to consume you. Resilience doesn't mean you don't feel the weight of the storm. It means you've built a foundation strong enough to withstand it. You've cultivated clarity through experience, growth, and an unwavering commitment to your sense of purpose. Ultimately, peace is not found in perfect circumstances, but in your ability to navigate imperfect ones with grace and intention. It's not the absence of problems, it's the presence of perspective, the clarity that lets you see through the storm and stay connected to what truly matters. Mastering emotions is a daily act of faith, discipline, and self-awareness. It is not a one-time achievement or a skill you acquire in a moment of clarity. No, it is a continuous practice, an ongoing journey that requires intention and commitment every single day. Like any worthwhile pursuit, mastering your emotions is not easy, nor is this something that can be done without effort. It takes faith to believe in the possibility of change, discipline to stay on the path when it's tough, and self-awareness to recognize where you need to grow and adjust. Faith is the foundation of emotional mastery. It is the belief that you have the power to control your reactions, that no emotion, whether it be anger, sadness, fear, or joy, has the final say in your life. Faith is what allows you to trust that your emotions do not define you. You may feel overwhelmed, but you know that those feelings are transient, not permanent. You may experience moments of doubt or frustration, but you believe that through consistent effort, you can gain the strength to rise above them. Faith empowers you to keep moving forward, even when the weight of your emotions threatens to pull you under. Discipline is the muscle that builds your emotional strength. It's the daily practice of choosing to act in alignment with your higher self, rather than being driven by immediate emotional impulses. Discipline means waking up each day with a commitment to make conscious choices about how you respond to the world around you. It's about setting boundaries, not just with others, but with your own emotions. For instance, when anger rises, discipline allows you to pause, breathe, and reflect before reacting. When fear takes hold, discipline gives you the power to move forward, even if you have to do so with trembling hands. It's through discipline that you create space between stimulus and response, allowing you to choose your actions thoughtfully rather than being swept away by the emotional tide. Self-awareness is the lens through which you view your emotions, and it is what helps you see the truth about yourself. It is the ability to step back and observe your emotions without being consumed by them. Self-awareness is about recognizing when you are triggered and understanding why. It's about noticing patterns in your emotional responses, how certain situations or people affect you in predictable ways, and then making a conscious choice to break those patterns. Self-awareness is the key to understanding the root causes of your emotions, whether they stem from past wounds, present fears, or future hopes. Without this awareness, emotions can control you. With it, you can transform them. Mastering emotions requires you to be mindful of the stories you tell yourself. These stories, whether conscious or subconscious, often dictate how we feel and react. Are you telling yourself that you're not good enough? That the world is against you? That you're destined to fail? These stories fuel your emotions, but with faith, discipline, and self-awareness, you can rewrite them. You can choose to believe in your strength, your worth, and your ability to navigate life's challenges. But this is not an overnight process. It's a day-by-day, moment-by-moment commitment to growth. It's about developing the inner resilience to not only weather the storms, but to learn from them and grow stronger. Each day offers you a new opportunity to refine your emotional intelligence, to practice faith, to strengthen your discipline, and to deepen your self-awareness. Some days will be easier than others, but each day you show up for yourself, you are building a life where your emotions serve you rather than rule you. Emotions are not obstacles, they are opportunities for growth. In our fast-paced, results-driven world, it is easy to see emotions as inconveniences, distractions, or even weaknesses. We are often taught to suppress or ignore what we feel in order to get things done. But in doing so, we overlook the immense potential that emotions carry. Each emotion we experience, whether it's joy, fear, anger, or sadness, holds a lesson, a message that can guide us toward deeper self-awareness and personal transformation. Emotions, when approached with the right mindset, are not roadblocks to our success, but rather stepping stones that help us evolve into more authentic, resilient versions of ourselves. For example, when anger arises, it often signals that something within us is being violated, whether it's a personal boundary or a value we hold dear. Instead of reacting impulsively or suppressing this anger, we can choose to explore it. What is it telling us? What injustice or imbalance is it pointing out? By understanding the root cause of our anger, we gain insight into our needs, our values, and what we're truly passionate about. This insight can lead to personal empowerment as we learn to assert ourselves and take action based on what truly matters to us. Similarly, fear is often viewed as something to be avoided or conquered, but fear too can be a powerful teacher. Fear arises when we're faced with the unknown, and it activates our instincts for survival. But fear also pushes us to step outside our comfort zones, to challenge the limits we've placed on ourselves. It alerts us to potential risks, but it also provides us with an opportunity to build courage, to expand our capabilities, and to grow in ways we never imagined. By acknowledging our fear and learning to face it, we move from a place of stagnation to one of action. Fear can either paralyze us or propel us forward. How we choose to interpret and respond to it is where the growth happens. Even sadness, often seen as a sign of weakness or defeat, can be a profound opportunity for healing and growth. Sadness often emerges when we experience loss, disappointment, or a sense of disconnect. Rather than burying these feelings or pretending they don't exist, we can choose to embrace them. In sadness, we find the space to reflect, to grieve, and ultimately to let go. It is through this process of emotional release that we create room for renewal. Sadness teaches us about our attachments, our values, and our capacity for compassion. It deepens our understanding of the human condition, allowing us to connect more deeply with ourselves and others. Even the emotions that we view as positive, such as joy or excitement, can be opportunities for growth. Joy reminds us of what we truly value in life, what makes us feel alive and purposeful. It serves as a reminder that we are on the right path, and it fuels us to keep moving forward. Excitement is the spark that drives innovation, creativity, and progress. These positive emotions encourage us to keep striving to pursue new opportunities and to celebrate the small victories that contribute to our larger goals. When we learn to view our emotions as opportunities rather than obstacles, we begin to see them as tools for growth, healing, and self-discovery. Instead of allowing emotions to control us, we take control of them, using them as guides to live more intentionally and authentically. Every emotion we feel is a doorway, an invitation to better understand ourselves and the world around us. By embracing emotions as opportunities for growth, we unlock our true potential and become more equipped to face the challenges and blessings that life brings. Emotional mastery is the bridge between intention and action. We all have dreams, desires, and goals we wish to achieve. Every day we set intentions, sometimes big, sometimes small, about what we want to accomplish, who we want to become, and what kind of life we want to create. However, the gap between intention and action is often wider than we realize, and it's the mastery of our emotions that allows us to cross that bridge. Without emotional mastery, our intentions remain just that, mere thoughts or wishes, disconnected from the actions necessary to bring them to fruition. Intention is the spark, the idea, the motivation, the vision of what could be. It's the starting point, the powerful desire that propels us forward. But intention alone is not enough. Intentions are not magic. They don't automatically translate into action. To transform intention into action, we must first overcome the internal obstacles that stand in our way, and these are often emotional in nature. Fear, doubt, insecurity, and procrastination are all emotions that can stop us from moving forward, even when we are clear about our goals. Emotional mastery is the ability to recognize and address these emotions, to use them as signals rather than as roadblocks. When we gain control over how we respond to these emotions, we create the emotional clarity necessary to act on our intentions. Without emotional mastery, fear can paralyze us, turning our best intentions into hesitation. Doubt can cloud our vision, causing us to second-guess our ability to succeed. Procrastination, often driven by feelings of overwhelm or inadequacy, can derail us from even taking the first step. But when we learn to master our emotions, we shift from reacting to proactively creating. Emotional mastery doesn't mean eliminating fear, doubt, or anxiety. It means understanding these emotions, not letting them dictate our actions, and finding the strength to move forward despite them. Fear becomes a tool that alerts us to areas where we may need more preparation or where our growth lies. Doubt becomes a prompt to examine our mindset and reinforce our belief in our ability to succeed. Procrastination can be an opportunity to examine what is truly holding us back and to break down our tasks into manageable, bite-sized actions. Emotional mastery allows us to recognize when we are acting out of fear or resistance, and it gives us the tools to make conscious decisions that align with our intentions. It empowers us to push past the initial discomfort of change and take the first step, even when we're not sure of the outcome. When we master our emotions, we create the mental and emotional space needed to take consistent action toward our goals, no matter how difficult or uncomfortable the journey may be. This mastery isn't something that happens overnight. It's a process of developing awareness and discipline. It's about learning to identify the emotional triggers that hold us back, acknowledging them without judgment, and then deciding how to respond. Emotional mastery means building the resilience to stay focused on your intentions, even when external circumstances or internal emotions threaten to pull you off course. It's about creating habits that reinforce your emotional well-being so that when challenges arise, you have the strength to meet them head on without being overwhelmed by your feelings. When we achieve emotional mastery, we no longer allow emotions to dictate the course of our lives. Instead, we choose to lead with intention, using our emotions as powerful allies to guide us along the way. We can act with purpose, clarity, and conviction because we've learned to navigate the emotional landscape with confidence. The bridge between intention and action is built on the foundation of emotional mastery, and it is this bridge that allows us to transform our dreams into reality. In conclusion, emotional mastery is the critical link between where we are and where we want to be. It is the bridge that transforms our intentions into tangible actions. Without mastering our emotions, our greatest desires can remain out of reach, trapped in the realm of good intentions, unable to manifest in our lives. But when we take control of our emotional landscape, when we understand, channel, and direct our emotions, they become the powerful catalyst for progress, growth, and achievement. Emotional mastery is not about suppressing or eliminating emotions. It is about learning to navigate them with clarity and intention. It's about using every emotion as an opportunity to grow, to move forward, and to take consistent action toward the life we've always dreamed of. Master your emotions, and you'll find that the bridge between intention and action is not just possible, but within your reach, ready to carry you to new heights of success and fulfillment.